Hello, YouTube. It's Michael B. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And it's Monday, so you know what that means. Well, actually, you don't know what that means. Monday Night Raw apparently has been getting much better. The game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals on. But if you're not doing either of those and you're here hanging out with me, thank you so much for being here because it's Chill and Chat with Michael B. And so we've got a pretty fun show planned for tonight. Follow up to last week's episode. I told you I was going to do it, so it should be no surprise. We're doing a what if episode. So we took a look last week at all the different products that were currently available or announced that we knew were going to be coming out in the relatively near future and seeing if we were actually interested in some of these new product offerings. I mean, we had the Evercade Alpha, we had the new, we didn't have the Buystuff store at the time. We didn't know what it was. We had the new Wave Toys stuff. We had some Arcade1Up. We had some AtGames stuff. So we looked at that. Now we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to take a look at some of these products and some of the products people are maybe less than excited about, and we'll give it another go and change a key detail. And I know my buddy Paul Minderman, I don't know if he'll be here tonight. Minderman, I got to remember that. Question we're going to be asking is, would it be better if it was XL? So we're going to do some what if, and I think that'll be fun. Should be a good, interesting show. But we also got some other news to talk about because Arcade1Up have come out of nowhere and done something pretty interesting. They took part in IGN's Summer Game Fest. They set up an interview and had a booth set up for the IGN people to go around. And is that a sign of life? I mean, what if they're still alive, right? 19K Fox. So, anyways, this should be pretty interesting tonight. We'll talk about all this stuff. Should have some fun. Thank you so much for hanging out here. This is Chill and Chat with Michael B. Michael B. I agree, Chaotic. Thank you very much. So anyways, we got some people here. I'm just going to do some shout outs. I'm not going to bring up too many comments on the screen. But anyways, Leo's here. Decadent Dave says loud. I appreciate it. Also, for those you guys, I put a poll up 9 hours ago when I originally set up the show. So far, we have 54 votes. Do you think Arcade1Up's IGN Summer Game Fest appearance is a positive sign for the company? So there were 4 options. 1, yes, things are good. Number 2 was maybe reach a new audience. Number 3 was no new games equals they are done. And number 4, doesn't matter, they're trying to be sold. So 54 votes in so far. Don't forget to vote in the poll. We're going to be switching it up at the halfway point because you guys are going to be voting on the what if stuff. So you've only got about 25-ish minutes left to vote. Make sure to get your votes in. We're going to want to know how everybody feels about that. All right, so we've got Leo. Cornercade's here. Cornercade was saying something crazy earlier about like Arcade1Up doesn't pay to go to things. I don't know where this is coming from, but yeah, we'll talk about it. I actually I don't watch a lot of baseball on TV, but I love baseball, and whenever I travel, I always try to go to like a new ballpark, one I haven't been to before. So I've been to like 8 or 9 ballparks so far. Like the last couple of years where we did traveling for the home arcade stuff, it was really fortunate. It was during summer, so I got to go to Wrigley Field for the Cubs. That was a dream come true. And of course, last year, I'm a Cleveland Guardians fan, formerly the Indians, back from the Major League days. So I got to go to Jacobs Field, now known as Progressive. So yeah, really cool. Technically not a technician. Good to see you. 19K Fox says, what if 19K Fox? Andy's Game Room, Nooner, Chris NXNW, Decadent Dave, Chaotic BPR. Who else we got here? David N. Yeah, Thumper Squid, nice to see you, buddy. Goofy Foot, always good to see you. You were never blocked by me, brother. Tammy G, reaching. I don't know what Tammy G is talking about. Probably a troll account. I don't know what the fuck am I reaching for, Tammy G? I don't understand here. Shreddy B, it might have been to pitch the sale of their company. That's what a lot of people seem to think. Please buy me. We are desperate to be bought. A lot of people think it's that bot option. Go Cards beat Expos. Well, the Expos are definitely beat already. Super Sim, looking forward to Arcade1Up furniture. discussions. Richie Cavs Retrocade, always good to see you. GG, Jason Little Alien, the best moderator in the business. Sterling Hall, the Arcade1Up, Tron Champion, good to see you, Sterling. Papa Bread, Ted Allen Green. Who else we got here? Not you, Arcade1Up. Okay, Tammy, thank you very much. Cornercade came from Travis. Only go to events. Yeah, I've heard that before. And 19K Fox says Tammy G is awesome. Yeah, all right. Let's get started here. So going back to Danny's comment, let's talk about this. I got the video loaded up here. I guess I can show it without getting absolutely crucified. We'll see. But anyways, just 1 second. Let me make it big so you guys can see it. That's what she said, or that's what he said. Anyways, we'll share this. So Arcade1Up showed up surprisingly at Summer Game Fest. They haven't been going to a lot of big events. We knew that they were going to some kind of event over in, where was it? Switzerland or some kind of event. Anyways, they had their cab set up. They had this guy, Robert Pellerin. I don't know Robert all that much. I think he was the guy that was at Comic-Con last year, involved in the whole John D debacle that was, around his exit to the company. So you can read into that however way you want. But anyways, he's a community spokesperson, I guess, going with all these cabs to go meet with IGN. Really weird interview. Like really awkward and uncomfortable. But the thing I liked about it was I like the fact that they're there. I like that they're showing off their machines. I know a lot of people are disappointed because there probably isn't a lot of new stuff to talk about, but it's nice to see that they're trying to do something there. Now going back to our buddies, what was it? Jesus, Cornercade's comment he made earlier. Now, usually Arcade1Up don't go to any kind of event, like they didn't go to CES last year. And I think that was mostly spin, you were told last year, Cornercade. Maybe last year they weren't going to any event unless it was partnered with something. But say, for example, they are teamed right here with the Capcom booth, talking about Akuma is in Street Fighter 6. So maybe it's a partnership tie up with Capcom. We do see a lot of Capcom games there, so it could be that. They didn't go to CES, obviously, like they told us. They just didn't really have it in the show, and they weren't ready to really reveal their lineup or anything. So there's nothing there to talk about. So I think honestly, if there's an event they could go to, this was a big one. This is not like some kind of weird like Buck Hunter Championship or some kind of shit like this. This is actually pretty good, and it's nice to see they got this kind of coverage with IGN. I know another thing that people fixated on. I'm pausing this now, but I don't want to pause it now. Another thing people fixated on is, for some reason, Robert Pellerin during the interview said they were the fourth largest brand in game ring. I don't know where he's getting that information from. It's weird. Like, people do this to me all the time. They will literally watch my entire show waiting for me to say something while I'm live. This isn't fucking scripted. I'm just, here doing this, talking into the camera, trying to talk to you guys, and someone will take something I say and just read it the worst possible way out of context and then go tell other people so they can make like videos attacking me and shit. Like, get a life, first off. And number two is, accidents happen. I don't know if that was a scripted speech he put out about the fourth largest company in gaming, or if it was just something he said off the top of his head. But obviously, they're not the fourth largest company in gaming. Like, I guess he's thinking of consoles, and maybe after Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft, they feel they're the largest console brand, considering their arcades are consoles. But by no means are they the fourth largest company in gaming. I don't know where the hell that's coming from, but anyways, I think he mostly misspoke there. He had to. Anyways, this interview showing off their products, all that stuff, this seemed to be an okay thing. Did a good job of explaining who they were, and we'll talk about this in a lot more detail. For me personally, I feel like this was a pretty good showing from Arcade1Up. Why am I not full screen? The hell's happening here? There we go. Two accident happens, get the pins. There you go. 19K Fox knows they're the fourth largest regional arcade company. They claim to be number 4, then come June, still 0 no releases. Cornercade, throwing some steam. Oh, for God's sakes, Cornercade, I don't need any advice. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you very much, Every Arcade. I was super excited when I found it, man. Michael B is the first largest home arcade YouTuber in Canada. Maybe if you're going by my weight and burger consumption, yeah. I don't know what's going on. My Wi-Fi has been like all over the place lately. I don't know what the hell is happening with that. I don't know if my video's jerky too. Yeah, shit has been going on. I need to get rid of Rogers. I need to get Bell in here. Yeah. Goofy Foot. I would have believed 14th. Maybe Goofy Foot. Maybe. Hey, James Hates Everything. $5 super chat. Thank you so much, James. Guys, I really appreciate that. You guys are always so kind, throwing super chats at me from time to time. James, thank you very much. He didn't make a mistake. Arcade1Up is the number 4 video game hardware manufacturer by sales. I have a whole video on it when the data came out. There's the word. Thank you very much. James Hates Everything. I appreciate that. And that's what I was talking about. 4th largest in terms of hardware, I believe, like console hardware. I would 100% believe that because I believe that they're bigger than, maybe a little bit bigger than AtGames. They're definitely bigger than My Arcade, New Wave Toys, all these other companies, Quarter Arcades. Yeah, Arcade1Up's the leader in that capacity. So yeah, that could be 100% honest. Thanks for giving everybody that information, James. Again, not in the video game company. I mean, like Rockstar, one of their game development budgets for a Red Dead Redemption or a Grand Theft Auto is the size of Arcade1Up 17 times over. So yeah, definitely not the 4th biggest in home arcade. But thank you very much for the super chat, man. We got to do something special for you here. We don't do a lot of special stuff for the super chats anymore, but James, you deserve it. Thank you very much, James. Greatly appreciated. And wouldn't you know it, followed up right by that $3 super chat from our good buddy Kevin Clausen. Cornercade versus Mike B. Let's effing go. I hear you. Thank you very much for the super chat, Kevin Clausen. You're the man, man. Yeah. Yeah, one AAA game makes more money than the hardware B guys. 100%. Yeah. All right. So anyways, guys, yeah, this is the big thing. They did their stuff with IGN. Outside of the guy that they sent there, I don't know about this guy. You know what I mean? I don't know about this guy. Hold on. Kevin Clausen says, $2 super chat. Again, Kevin, you're too kind to me. Fox nailed it. 4th largest Wheel of Fortune maker. See, that's funny to me. I appreciate that. Is that Console Kits Band? That's funny. Console Kits Band is a Billy Joel cover band that only does doo-wop. And they only play at one event. You can guess which event it is. At least it wasn't Cyrus. That's true. So anyways, let's do some takeaways. The guy in the interview was definitely on that first dose. Anyways, yeah, he was a little sketchy. Yeah, I've been watching what do you call it? Jersey Shore reruns. Like go back watching the old episodes with my wife's. I'm feeling that's one of the big reasons I'm on this huge like sneaker kick here lately too. But anyways, yeah, and it reminds me of that season that Mike the Situation after they did. If you guys watch Jersey Shore, I'm doing this for my wife. So if you guys watch Jersey Shore, Mike the Situation, when he was in Italy and then came back, he was, a little bit messed up. He was doing some stuff he shouldn't have been doing and went to rehab shortly after that. Some of the responses from this guy, yeah, maybe. Goofy Foot throwing out memberships. Thank you so much. Member for 7 months. Game Genie Illuminati. Thank you very much, Goofy Foot. I appreciate it. Hey, Nooner, come on, give me a break here. I'm trying to do fun stuff with my wife, trying to get more involved in her interests and be a better partner. It's a lot better than watching. I'd rather watch, 5 seasons of Jersey Shore than I would 21 seasons of Grey's Anatomy. I think I'm doing this right. So, anyways, guys, going back to this interview, outside of this dude, I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't know. He didn't really mess up anything about like the company's products. He got everything out there. I think IGN did a really good job. It was a well shot video. This is a good sign for Arcade1Up, in my opinion. Let's see what you guys think now. That's what I want to know. So we're roughly 17 minutes into the show. Let's check on the poll. As of right now, we're at 90 votes, 90, 100, and it's just catching up. 106 votes, and right now, only 12% think things are good. That says that, yes, this is a positive sign. 23% says doesn't matter, trying to be sold. 27% says no new games equals they are done. And 38% says, oh my God. 38% says maybe reach a new audience. So here's the thing. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Am I still playing that video somehow? No. This is just catching up there. So it's hard to explain what was happening, guys. So I want to go back and talk about this a little bit. So you're probably saying, where have Arcade1Up been? They've done nothing for the community, nothing at all. But yet they show up on IGN. So to me, I think it's a good sign. Is it a good sign for us in the community? No. I think it's not a good sign for us in the community because I think Arcade1Up, in a way, has maybe given up a little bit on the community aspect. And I'll tell you the truth. I mean, you probably can't blame them. No matter what they do, they're attacked nonstop. I mean, Cyrus came out and he was like, all right, I'm here to tell you guys stuff. And maybe he didn't give you the answers you want, but you scared him off. That's why we got this Rob Pellerin guy or whoever the hell this is now. And, I don't think that really anybody's pushing them. Anybody's pushed them to do more community stuff. So that's one. The other thing is, maybe they're not trying to market to our specific demographic. And that's the other one. I think they're trying to find a new audience here. They're trying to push this more towards millennials. And I'll give C Marble 360, who was here before the show, a little bit of credit here because he did talk about it. You look at all the people at Arcade1Up, they're not us. They're not, 40, late 30s to 40 to 50-year-old men that are looking to relive their glory days in the arcade from the 80s and 90s. No. These are millennials, younger people, nostalgia like garbage. That's the kind of people that are actually working at Arcade1Up. And more than likely, they're tailoring their marketing and their demographics to that group because let's be honest, guys, we're the boomers now, or whatever you want to call us. We're the guys with the expendable income to buy this stuff. But maybe the target demographic that they're trying to market to is these millennials, these nostalgia type people. They think that's the largest growth sector. That's the people they have to tie on to. So obviously IGN is a good fit for them there. Nothing pleases millennials more than Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there you go. JJ, don't tell me anything. A bit late this evening, was watching the Stanley Cup Finals and time got away from me. Was at their best when they focused on 80s games. I don't disagree with you. And then the third thing on this is, right now, Arcade1Up isn't doing anything new. They know with the demographic that they have, especially after last year where they were attacked so much, if they don't have something new to announce, there's no point in talking to the community because all we want to know about is new games. So if they don't have new games, well, there's no point talking to us. But they still have to sell the old stuff that's out in retailer shelves. Like Nikki Z said, maybe it's time to empty where. Excuse me. Oh my God, my supper came back up there. Gross. So sorry, guys. So maybe what they had to do was they have to still sell these things. So they're looking to people that don't normally buy this stuff, going to IGN and doing this interview. So that's where I am on this. So I don't think any of this stuff has to do with the community. I don't think it's a good sign for the community, but it is a good sign for the company because I mean, to be able to be involved in something like this, like, I don't know where Danny's coming from. Maybe they had some kind of partnership and they could go to this event with one of their other partner organizations, or maybe they shelled out the cash to be part of it because, I mean, IGN doesn't just interview you for something to do. Usually with Summer Game Fest, there's some kind of tie in to booking your spot at the convention and maybe an interview as part of it or whatever it costs. Maybe this is money they invested to be there to sell their wares. I don't really know. So I know. I'm so sorry. I know it just came up. I don't know what to tell you. I'll never hear the fucking end of this now because P-Dubs will be on Super Game Room Dudes every couple seconds being like, oh, that keyboard. And then he'll probably burp and then he'll get his water bottle out. And oh, I'm so angry. What do you guys want me to say? I'm here to tell you what you want to hear. Connor McDavid is fast and deadly. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, guys, with this. I think it's a good move for Arcade1Up. Maybe not what we want, but it's a good move. But it's, in my opinion, to reach new audience. I think the majority are right here. That's my opinion. Um, but I do think there's another side of this too, is I love you, P-Dubs. It's like you know me. Oh, I'm not kidding, guys. Like, yeah, all kidding aside, obviously, I am not in the best of health. I've got to lose a ton of weight since I've been home. Put on a lot of weight since we've stayed home. Um, and I've been working from home, so I've got to do something about that. But I've really, as I've got older, dealt a lot with really bad acid reflux. So some of that's there. Like a lot of times in the nighttime, my mom has this thing called a hiatus hernia. I think I've got a bit of it too, where I lay down flat, I get wicked acid reflux. So yeah, there you go. David G. I'll remember for next time. It was tight tonight. You don't understand, man. Anyway, sorry for the burp, guys. You guys are all wonderful. And I'm very sorry I did that. Anyways, going back to this. So it's a sign of life, but there's other sides to it too. I mean, obviously, are they trying to be sold? That's a narrative that's out there in the community. I think every company's trying to be sold. I know when originally Scott Bacharach set this place up, he said in an interview, the goal is within a couple of years, maybe we'll be bought out by a larger company. Maybe Arcade1Up's still trying to do that. I mean, they're in a holding pattern right now. They haven't really been able to get many new games out to the retailers this year, other than X-Men 97 and Golden Tee Deluxe. So maybe part of this is advertising and freshening up the brand to try to find either new investors, like someone else mentioned here, or a new company that might want to buy them out that sees potential in it. So, yes, one of the other options is it might be they're trying to be sold. I think the narrative of no new games equals they are done. I know there's a large contingent of our home arcade community that want that to be the case. Some people rightfully who feel they were rightfully wronged by Arcade1Up. I know a couple people that were. And then there's other people that are just, they just want the company to fail because they're just that negative. They have an inherent bias, something bothering them about the company, and they want them to fail. They want that to happen. I don't think we're as close to that as people want to think we are. I think that Arcade1Up, with what they're doing, can still be streamlined. If you play it smart, they've got sales, they've got product out there, they can still do it. I mean, I would be much more concerned if there were like lightning flash sales and stuff like that. The fact that they're motoring along, trying to be smart right now, tells me that they still got some gas in the tank. We might not like it. They might not ever be the company we want them to be again, doing cool shit like Dragon's Lair and Tron, but they'll eke by doing what they can do, Pac-Mans and all that shit that we've seen a million times. So there you go. Yeah, so that's my take on it. I don't know what to tell you guys other than I thought it was pretty cool. They were part of IGN Summer Game Fest. That's something, especially no one else in the home arcade space is doing anything that big. Of course, it would be nice to see them involved in the community. It would be nice to see them releasing new games that we haven't seen before, but hey, at least this is something. This is something of merit, and it's a pretty good showing. There's not really much more to say than that. You can continue to have whatever opinion you want to have about Arcade1Up, but there's no denying the fact that this ain't necessarily a bad thing. Not necessarily a good thing for those of us who want very specific things from the company, but for those of us who realize, this is just business and maybe Arcade1Up's business model is going to move away from what many of us want from the company, you take it for what it is. I don't know what to tell you, Cleveland Gaming Classic. You're 100% right. It's almost like sometimes I think the opportunity for them to do what they were doing this stuff um, a couple years ago when they had cash to go direct to consumer to do like a HasLabs thing, they fucked up. They just didn't do it. They didn't seize the opportunity. And then when they squandered their resources away with Blitz and that period, now they really need to be doing the direct to consumer stuff, and they don't have the cash to get off the ground. Like, to my understanding, the way Arcade1Up works now is basically they will build a cab when they have an order from a retailer or they have an order from a partner, something like that. They will not, you know. You idiot. I just put my arcade back together. Why would I have Arcade1Ups behind me? uh Yes, MG, I'm sorry. I did burp. I did burp. Well, Carlo, that's the $1,000,000 question because I very stupidly assumed that they were all in on doing a Star Wars XL this year, sold my Star Wars because of it, and now I feel like a huge idiot because now I don't have a Star Wars. Now I'm looking at, I will show you now. Give me a second. I will show you what I was doing earlier today. And I love these guys. What they make is amazing, of course. But just give me a second, and I'll put my keyboard going here, so it'll piss off P-dubs quite a bit. But I'll show you what I was looking at earlier today. I didn't even know about this product until we were doing the interview with them last Friday. But I have a GRS yoke, right? Like I have a GRS yoke that was extra. I took it out of my Star Wars before I sold it. So I have a GRS flight yoke. And then I saw this product the other day on the interview when they were talking about it. And I was like, oh my God, that might be an excellent option for me. So I can play Star Wars again. I'll play it on my AtGames. So here it is, the GRS yoke mount. I already have the GRS yoke. I was like, this is an inexpensive way for me to start playing Star Wars. That is until you get down here, and then you can include the foot pedal, which is 3237. That's not bad. Then you get down here to the yoke gaming box, and that's where the price jumps up because the yoke gaming box, 210.15 standard, 224.25 Canadian. So if I add the yoke gaming box without even the pedal, 335.68. I'm pretty close to getting a Star Wars Arcade1Up used at that point. So it's a bit hard. I love Buystuff Store, man. Their prices are just a little high. They make really good stuff, really good options. That's an awesome option for you to play Star Wars. And I know they're going to be so mad at me, but I'm going to say this: the GRS yoke is like $200, and then you're going to be paying another like $80 for the mount, and then for the box, it's like $200. Oh, I love you guys, Buystuff Store. Please don't be mad at me. Not saying it's not worth it. It just seems like a lot. Oh. Anyways, yeah. Pro Baller says Capcom went to Evercade. All cabs at this IGN event were older stuff and showed a gaming table. The writing is on the wall. Yeah. MG, get over it. I burped. I apologize. Jeez. Bo, if well, that's 100% true. If you don't like Star Wars, you don't give a shit about it. Me personally, I love Star Wars, the original Star Wars, Atari Star Wars Arcade. Oh my god, I love it. I think it's fast. I think it's amazing. So there you go. Anyways, let's take a moment for a couple more burp jokes before I move on. I just want to go back to this and finish it off. We're going to end the poll. So we're at, 137 votes. And right now, again, 13% things are good. So no one thinks things are good. That's not a surprise. Oh, merciful God. $5 super chat from my buddy P Dubs. Zoom in. Oh, yeah. I'm really hoping you fart so other channels have some content this week. I know, like literally, and thank you very much for the super chat, P Dubs. The funny thing is, you get these guys that are like spies and stuff, and like they will comment on one obscure thing, and you're like, well, they're running off now to someone to make content about my video, and I don't give a shit. I don't watch anything, man. But like I'm at the point now where they just chime in, they make their stupid comment, they complain about something I did, and I was just like, yeah, you're blocked, buddy. Have a good life. Jeez. Oh man, I'm never gonna live that burp down, am I? Never, 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 never. I am. I just was. Please. Please don't be mad. Oh man, I don't even care anymore. Like it's so ridiculous. Someone calling me a shill. Who cares, man? If you think I'm being a shill, being a shill, like just go watch something else. I don't care, man. I'm gonna do me, and if you don't like it, don't watch. It's the same as if you don't like something a company does, don't buy it. Just it's all very easy, man. Oh, anyways, guys, yeah. So really quickly with Arcade1Up, I thought this was pretty good thing for them. It might not be what we wanted. I don't think it's a sign that cool stuff is coming. I don't think we're gonna get a Tron Deluxe in the near future. I think that it's gonna be a really slow year, and they're trying to find a new audience and trying to focus on millennials and not people like us. So, I mean, it's not a huge surprise. It's pretty much par for the course, but the IGN thing is a big deal. I do want to say kudos on that. Burp, fart, whatever else you want me stupidly to do. But yeah, so I'm going to end the poll there. I think the one thing we can take away from it is that obviously, yeah, tomorrow there'll be 5 videos on Michael B burping. I will tell you that honestly, man, I do find it like so strange that there's people that fixated on my life. Like, can you imagine waking up and knowing there's people like there's that Matthew McConaughey meme with someone looking at their phone, smoking the cigarette? That concern with what I do is so funny. I find that amusing. Yeah. So, anyways, what C Marble said earlier, because I see what you're saying there, millennial. Uh, Millennials don't remember arcades. Well, C Marble made a really good point. He said, what the millennials do remember, they're invested into the whole fight game community and stuff like that. And that's where Arcade1Up goes to. Like, I'm not a fight game community guy. They go to that event in Vegas and all that stuff. That's what they're focusing on with the millennials. Games like Marvel versus Capcom 2 with this X-Men 97. So, yeah. Yeah, so I'm sorry, not going to pander to the IGN thing unless they had something new and exciting to announce along with it. Why go to shows otherwise? Smells like looker for a buyer. I'm not disagreeing. IGN, I'm not disagreeing. Cleveland Gaming Classic. I'm not pandering. I'm just telling you, man, they're just trying to sell what they have. And if they do come out with more new stuff, expect more of the same again. It's going to be, more cabs we've already seen in the deluxe form factor, maybe some we even saw last year. I mean, I think the days of us expecting new, crazy, and exciting things, I don't know if that's there. It doesn't mean that Arcade1Up is going under or going away because, we assume that just because a company doesn't do what we want it to do, that they must be failing. Sometimes they just go in a different direction, and that's okay. You don't have to like that company anymore. If the company doesn't cater to you, just don't buy their stuff. Again, it's not that hard. If Arcade1Up does something, makes something you don't like, just don't buy it. If they continue to make stuff you don't like, continue not to buy. Like, life is so much easier than people make it out to be. How do you spell never going to live down that burp for my entire life? I knew it. I knew it. Anyways, guys, so that's that. Now I want to go into the what if section, and this is where the show should get a lot more fun because last week we asked a bunch of questions about home arcade products, and then we said, what if we asked whether you were excited. This week we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about what if. Oh my God, guys. Yes, I burped. Oh my God. This is Burpgate. Burpgate. P-Dubs is absolutely excited. Burpgate. Here we go on Burpgate. All right. So moving on, let's do something fun. And let's talk about what if. And one of the big what if products I really want to talk about right now is I'm going to do my first what if in the poll. I'm going to put this down for a second because I want to do my first what if in the poll. So this is coming up. Start a poll. All right. Pretend I'm not writing. All right, poll's up for 3 minutes. What if Mike B didn't burp tonight? Would you still be here? Answer yes, no. It's now up. Throw it in there.
I wish I had a choice in that.
I know. Lara, come in and say hello to everybody. Everybody misses you so much, you beautiful thing. They do.
They don't.
Tell everybody about your cool sneakers I got you.
I got some sneakers. They're cool.
Yeah, what a deal I got too. Superstars, extra large. Lara's rocking them.
Mike has a new fixation.
Yeah, I do. My sneaker fixation.
I'm gonna. Not any arcades since he started buying sneakers.
Yeah. Marble 360. I was talking about you earlier, my brother. Yes, and that's 100% what I mentioned. Like the millennial generation, really into the fighting game community. That's what Arcade1Up is leaning into now and trying to bring that up. So we've got 46 votes. It is split right down the middle, 50-50. What if Mike B didn't burp tonight? Would you still be here? We need a definitive answer. What is this poop gate? I'm glad you guys are having fun at my expense. Did she come in and ask what that noise was? If Mike farted, I'd never leave. I'm so glad I can continually debase myself for your guys' enjoyment. That makes me happy, at least. Managing chaos. Good to see you managing chaos. Yeah, I burped. I had an accidental burp and just it's completely ruined everything. I woke the kiddos with my burp. Who knows? The poll is rigged. We're at 1 minute, 53 votes. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I appreciate you so much. It's the stupidest thing ever, but I love it. Thank you so much. Yeah, so yeah, the fighting game community, and there's tons of people out there that want to play Marvel versus Capcom 2, shit like that, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. So huge market for that. And I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just maybe this company isn't Toxin. I don't even know how to answer that, brother. Anyways, guys, 2 minutes, 57 votes. We are, if Mike B didn't burp tonight, will you still be here? I'm going to end the poll now. This one's going to be a quick one. Let's see how it ended. 57 votes. No 50. Yes 49. So pretty much 50-50. Here we go. The gassy genie. You guys are killing me. What if Michael didn't burp? That's the poll I just did, man. That's 100% the poll I just did. All right. So moving on. Here's we'll get back to the main topic now. So some decorum, people. Some decorum. All right, here we go. So last couple of weeks, we've had new products released, and one of the products released that we were all really hyped up for, maybe we were hyped up for the wrong reasons. We thought this was going to be a full-size arcade. New Wave Toys announced their partnership with GRS, and they were, in fact, going with something a little bit more large scale, but it was, in fact, an accessory controller that you could plug into your Replicade to then play the game on a TV with the GRS Golden Tee deck. So this is still available on sale for the pre-order. Save 20% with code Golden35. To get it here in Canada, someone told me they ordered it and it costs roughly around $560 shipped. Now, there's still going to be tax and duty that's applied to that when across the border. So yeah, it's getting up around $600. So buy stuff, you'll appreciate this. I'm saying something else is expensive. Like for me, I find this to be a little much for what they're offering here. But I do, and especially like, I mean, I love New Wave Toys and I love Glenn and I'd love to support them. It's just that price point, you know, with the shipping and everything included, it's not their fault, but it just gets out of the realm of me and reason there. I just got to be honest there. I'm not going to pay $600 for a Replicade and a Golden Tee deck. But if it was a different game, we'd be having a different conversation. I'll tell the truth on that. The thing was, even if this was a full-size arcade, we were a little bit nervous, a little bit apprehensive, because we had heard a rumor a couple weeks back it was Golden Tee. So I think a lot of things, unfortunately, are going against this in some ways. One is the fact it wasn't full-size arcade we wanted. And number two is the title itself, Golden Tee. While this is a huge win for New Wave Toys and Replicade, they're probably going to reach a whole new audience. Good stuff on them. For us here in the home arcade and home arcade space, we're just like, oh, that's Golden Tee. Some people will love it. I'm sure that Glenn's controls are fantastic. Know the emulation from New Wave Toys coming from the Replicade is going to be great. Amazing experience on your TV if you're comfortable playing that way. Probably going to be one of the best ways to play Golden Tee at home. But for me personally, I'm just like, I don't love it. I don't love it. So here's where we go forward. What if with this partnership with GRS Studios and New Wave Toys was slightly different? What if instead of it being Golden Tee, which is a game those of us in the home arcade space may be a little worn out on, may have seen many times from other companies and other things like that, what if they did a different game? Like I will put it up there because you wanted something with a very specific control panel, control list. So I almost burped again, guys. I've got acid reflux already. Thumper Squid says Silver Strike. I'm going to go even different. I'm going to say thank you to my buddy Jay Pace, who wrote me on Twitter earlier today, made a suggestion. So I'm going to go with his. We'll do a couple of these, but I'm going to do the what if. What if instead of Golden Tee, keeping in mind, exact same price point, exact same setup, you got a GRS control deck and a Replicade, and that's the way to play it. What if, yes, it was, oh, hold on, Decadent Dave. What if It was Spy Hunter Road Blasters. I'm going to go with Road Blasters. So I'm going to put that up in the poll now, guys. I'm just going to pop this down. You get to see my ugly face, and I am going to go here, and I'm going to put up the new poll. Oh, I didn't want that. Hold on. I'm still new with this stuff. Start a poll. Something like Road Blasters. Would you be interested? Yes or no? That's the poll. So last week we had it at 29%, where, only 29% of the audience came in and said they were interested in the new Wave Toys GRS control deck. But what if they had done a different game? Would you be interested in a Replicade with a GRS control deck and you playing through your TV? What would get you excited? 19K Fox says, hell yeah, Road Blasters. Maybe I'm doing the game on this. Papa Brad, I think, may slightly be behind in the show. It's not relevant to what we're talking about now, but I'm sure whatever part he's watching, it's relevant to there. Nah, that would be more interesting. You had me at Spy Hunter, Zero Hero says. So we're going to give this about 3 minutes. I don't know what Top Skater is. I've never heard of a Shotgun Sean. I'll look it up after the show. No idea what it is. Paperboy, that's another popular one people would want. Yeah, Ghost, that's another good one. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, if anybody can figure it out, New Wave Toys could figure it out doing it. But I think realistically, even Golden Tee is only going to be somewhat playable with your finger on that trackball. The trick about this is doing games that you wouldn't normally be able to play. So, yeah, you might be right. I answered no and reported the poll. Why would you report the poll? Yeah, I want to too. Zaxxon will be another one. So we're giving this 3 minutes, guys. We got yes, Papa Breads. Me and you are 100% on the same wavelength. This is what I want a New Wave Toys to do. I wanted a full size, or mostly full size arcade centipede with just centipede and millipede on it, with that beautiful centipede art. 100% in, $1,200 US. I don't give a shit. Here's my money. I'd be day one buying it. Me and you are 100% on the same wavelength right there. Yeah, see, GRS Build-A-Cade could do mini wheels, I believe. Blurfman, yeah, you're on board too. You, me, and Papa Brad, there we go. What if New Wave Toys GRS Deck was Road Blasters? We got a couple more minutes, guys. Make sure you jump in there and vote. Just less gas. MG, you're not going to leave the gas stuff alone, are you? There you go, Kevin Clausen. Thank you very much. 19-inch centipede, 100%. Yep, I don't disagree with that. Twin stick shooter would be another good option. Oh, Saiyan Spirits. I don't know if we're going to get there, man. It's like I said a lot last couple of weeks. Like, we want certain things. We just don't want to pay for them. So maybe, there you go. King and Balloon deck for $3.99. Today's show is sponsored by GasX. Narc would be interesting. What was robbed from us? Like me personally, I love Centipede. My wife misses Centipede. It's the one game she really played when she came down to the arcade. I really, really want another Centipede, and not an Arcade1Up horizontal screen cluster control panel Centipede. I want a Centipede. At some point, I'm just going to have to give in and try to figure out how to get a Centipede here in Newfoundland. I don't know. Anyways, so I went specific here with Road Blasters, and I just wanted to see, because that was Jay Pace. So anyways, we got 4 minutes in. We're going to end the poll, and we had a better response Then we had last week with the Golden Tee, because we had 71 votes and 40% said yes instead of 29. So we jumped it up a little bit. I'm going to do the poll a little bit different because I want to stick with New Wave Toys here. So I'm going to put another poll up, and I'm going to get you guys to jump in. And this is what if, and we'll make this more generic now instead of a specific game. What if the New Wave Toys GRS Deck combo was an 80s game, 80s classic with unique controls? So could be anything. I'm not going with a specific game. An 80s classic with unique controls. So could be anything. Could be Star Wars, could be Tron, could be Spy Hunter, could be Road Blasters, could be Zaxxon, anything. And it's either yes or no. Would you be more interested if the New Wave Toys GRS deck combo was an 80s classic with unique controls? Because that's the other thing. The other thing that most of the Replicate fans were upset with was this Golden Tee. Tee doesn't really seem like, most of what we bought from New Wave Toys earlier. So people were kind of like, So even though it's going to be something that people are excited for, yeah. Me personally, yeah, Bono's Tecmo, that's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about that we might be in that territory now where everything is like 1K plus. I hope not, because there's less and less disposable income right now with the way the economy is, especially here in Canada and Newfoundland. But yeah. Now, some people are just going to be like this right across the board. No, I don't like the form factor. Some people don't like Replicates. Some people don't want a control panel tie-in, but we'll see. Anyways, so far, 47 votes in, and it's a much better response. If they had gone with something that was more classic 80s with the deck and with the Replicate, this community would have been more over it. I think this is what I'm seeing right here. Flight Yoke, Zaxxon, Gorf, Afterburner, any of those. Agree with you, Retro Bill. That's where I would have went. If this was, even though it wasn't that full-size arcade we were really hoping for, if this was a release with a deck, even at that price point, that was something, I don't know, that was more cooler and more unattainable than, there's a million different ways to play Golden Tee, unfortunately, already right now, but something really cool and unique. I think, man, I think people would have been more all over it. Gorf would have been the bomb. I would have been all over Gorf. $600 for Gorf? Yeah, buddy. That's the thing, man. $600. Like, even if I could pull this off for like $400 Canadian, yeah, I would have grabbed it. But even though I've already got a Golden Tee Arcade1Up XL, I would have seen if there's some way I could put Glenn's controls into my Arcade1Up Golden Tee, maybe. But yeah, it's just $600, man. It's that price point. Just kind of takes me out for a deck and a Replicate. I love Gorf too. I would 100% seen it. We're 2 minutes in, 56. We were at 57. Somehow we went backwards. So far, the yes is at 68% of the vote. And I think this is one of those situations where it might be the game. It might not be the form factor. It might not be the concept. It's the game that's kind of turning people off on this one, because we knew that even if it was a full-size arcade, if they'd done Golden Tee, people were always like, yeah. Yeah, Papa Brad, but Centipede Pulls. There's an amazing meme I have on my phone, and it's from, I'm not sure if it's from Chasing Ghost or if it's from King of Kong, and it stars the guy that's the video game referee from those movies. And he's like, I wanted to be the one in the arcade that was really good at Centipede that got all the girls, something like that. So yeah, Centipede does pull. I love Dwarf on golf. Oh man, Nooner, excellent reference. So anyway, guys, we're almost at the 4-minute mark, and yeah, it's not moving. It's not moving. Right now, the big one with that is, what if the New Wave Toys GRS Deck combo was an 80s classic with unique controls? And survey says we're going to end the poll. 63 votes. Boom. 63 votes. Poll complete. 65% of people say yes, they want a New Wave Toys replicated with the GRS deck at the prices they're at, with that form factor, if it was an 80s game with unique controls. So it seems like the issue a lot of people in this community have is the fact that it's Golden Tee, and I'm not surprised by that. I still think if you're interested in this product and like you're not like in Canada, so it's not going to be $600. If you can, and that's with the discounts here in Canada, unfortunately. But if you're in the US, you can get this at that $329 price point for the bundle package. It's probably going to be the best way to play Golden Tee at home, and I'm sure people will work out some kind of way to put the control deck on a pedestal or something like that. All kinds of ways to say, but Stock Jock, so good to see you, my man. Where's that comment? I jumped up a bit. I'm sure it was said, but if it was a twin stick control panel, then you know I'm in all the way. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Thank you very much, Stock Jock. All right, so moving on. That's the GRS New Wave Toys Golden Tee GRS control panel. Good luck to them. I still hope it's a massive success because I do want to see more games in this line, and I do want to see more control decks. I do want to see New Wave Toys continue to grow and build. They're an awesome company. Glenn's an awesome guy, so hopefully this is a huge success, and they move on and they make some more stuff that I'm personally interested in. And I'll be sure to support that down the line. Maybe not Golden Tee, but I'm excited for the future. Like our buddy 19K Fox said, possibilities in the future. And like you guys said in the poll, something you want to see as well. So anyways, moving on now for another product I want to talk about. And this one's for, he's not here, but this one's for my buddy Paul Mindeman. I got to make sure not to say the R. Paul Mindeman. And we're going to talk a little bit about Arcade1Up. And the big knock on Arcade1Up this past year plus has been the fact that, oh my God, look at all these repeats in the deluxe form factor. A lot of people have been pretty, except for this atrocity, which is Atari 50. You know how I feel about that. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it here. For the people that are fans of two of these games, Atari 50 and X-Men 97, I'm not trying to rain on your parade. Just me personally, if I'm going to buy an Arcade1Up product, if I'm going to spend that money not to play the stuff on a multicade, it's because I want the nostalgia of the original cabinet. If you like this, that's your prerogative. I have no problem with it. Just me personally, I don't like it. And I'm sorry. I'm the kind of person, I share my own opinions. I would rather see an arcade recreation because I'm a nostalgia guy. I want to relive the game. That's why I'm going to spend the extra money. Now, personally, on this stuff, not my cup of tea. If you like it, that's fine. But anyways, so here's the big one I want to talk about. So last year, a deluxe form factor came out, and honestly, they're really good. I really like my Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. I really like my Mortal Kombat 2 Deluxe. I think they're really well done. I like the new way they're put together. But the question does remain, is it a missed opportunity? Because should these deluxe cabs have actually been XL? That's what I want to know. I know not everybody is all in on the deluxe form factor, but you guys know I love the deluxe form factor. I thought that was moving in the right direction. So here's the what if. What if all of Arcade1Up's re-releases from 2023, 2024 were XL instead of deluxe? That's the what if. Let's throw it up in the chat. Would you have been more interested in Arcade1Up's offerings this past year if they were XL instead of deluxe? That's the question Paul wanted. Let's throw it up there and let's see what people say. So I'm going to pop this down. We're going to throw the poll up and see what you wonderful people have to say. Feel free to vote whatever way you want. I don't care either way. I don't know if it'll make a difference with Arcade1Up or not. They're too busy trying to sell X-Men 97 cabs to millennials. But if they do listen, maybe they will here. Vote no to annoy Paul. What if Arcade1Up's 23, 20... So again, the question is, would you be interested if Arcade1Up's 2023, 2024 rehashes were XL instead of Deluxe? You got 4 minutes. Tell me how you feel. And feel free to vote whatever way you want to vote. I don't put my stuff in. So this is entirely up to you guys. A lot of people in the Arcade1Up community, especially on Reddit, have constantly held polls. They want more XL cabs, while other people have said, no, they're fine with the 3/4 scale. There's even some people who don't like the Deluxe form factor and wish that Arcade1Up kept making them on the risers. I don't know what the options are, but yeah. See Marble 360, options are always better, but people want bigger cabs. So if anything, Arcade1Up should offer XL options first, then direct Deluxe options later. I can't tell you how much I agree with you tonight, C Marble 360. You're just making so much sense, man. MG says XL costs more to make and ship with no real extra profit. So Deluxe it is. Maybe. Vote early, vote often. James hates everything says. Marvel says he's sober. Brian G says, I don't mind the Deluxe. I voted and reported the poll. Thank you very much, MG. I don't know why people keep reporting the poll. I don't understand what's going on here. The only thing I would buy is XL or better light gun offering. Yeah, I hear you on that. We've seen it all before. I'm not sure the cost difference is that much bigger. I mean, if you take a look at the Deluxe boxes and the XL boxes, they're not that much bigger. They probably weigh a little bit more. I don't know. I blocked the poll this time, Blurfman says. I blocked the poll. Ritual Dello just says, no more rehashes. He does not want to see the same games anymore. Now, remember, guys, you don't have to buy the games again. There's some people that want to replace, like me. I would happily replace my MK2 Deluxe and my Street Fighter 2 Deluxe with an XL offering. I would happily do that. Sean Knight says XL and Pro are for man caves, everything else for the kiddie section. Deluxe with 19-inch monitors, Zero Redux says. New or nothing for me, Goofy Foot says. Audience is all over the place. We'll come back to this. We're gonna ask some hard questions about the XL. Yeah, Brian G, I would 100% replace my MK. I'm really waiting for a Star Wars XL, which I was pretty much told was coming. I'm really waiting for I'm really waiting for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles XL. Make it happen. All right, we're at 3 minutes, and the poll is not going the way I thought. What the hell is happening here? I don't want this. I don't know what's happening here. Hold on, P-dubs. Hey, are you just coming on to burp? You didn't have your mic on. That's so disappointing.
What's up, man?
What are you doing?
I just wanted to burp. That's all.
What an asshole.
You didn't hear it? You didn't hear the burp?
What do you think of this? Only 50-50 on people who are excited about the XL rehashes.
Are
you surprised by that?
I missed that part. XL rehashes. What are XL rehashes? What if Arcade1Up rehashes were XL instead of Deluxe? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, I'm looking at it says 55-45, Mike, in favor.
Man, it's still 50-50. I am really surprised it's not more heavy, but I'm going to do a different poll because we're at 5 minutes, 71 votes. 56% say people would have been excited. Here we go. Here's another what if, and this is a what if scenario. So what if Arcade1Up could release a new game this year? That's the biggest what if, right?
Oh, yeah. Is that going to happen, though? Come on now.
No, but here we go. So we're going to start a new poll. So close your ears. Close your ears. I got to tell you a funny story now. So I do a wrestling. I do a wrestling fantasy league. There's no money or anything. We just do it for friends, and we pick wrestlers. There's a point system. So I've won the last 2 years. I won as myself last year, and this past year I won as my wife because I actually I picked my wife's team too. So I won back to back. Technically, me and Lara won back to back. So, anyways, last night I was doing the poll and doing the draft for the Wrestling Shed Fantasy League. And when I was doing it, like, unfortunately, Lara was busy cleaning up some cat mess because we got a cat that's sick. We're going to put down this week. Lara was cleaning up the mess from the cat and trying to take care of the cat. I had my kids in with me. And there was a guy on the pool who was trying to make his pick, and he was getting frustrated because my kids were in the background making noise. He goes, whoever's kids those are, can you turn down your kids, please? I was like, yeah, hold on. Just fucking turn them down. Sure, buddy.
A little knob on the back of the neck. Just turn them down.
Can you turn down your kids, please? So anyway,
I'm surprised you do that because I do that as well. In fact, Alexa Bliss was in my fantasy league last night. So
that's not really a fantasy league. That's just a fantasy. And I wake up, I have to change my sheets. It's awful.
She needs to come back. I miss her so bad, dude.
Alexa Bliss, I was in love.
Like Liv Morgan is like the Diet Coke of Alexa Bliss.
She's like the nostalgia.
It's like the
Bliss.
Yeah. What was that joke we made about nostalgia?
He's the great value ETA Prime.
No, we came up with a new one like a week or two ago on Super Game Room Dudes.
I don't know what you're talking
Consolidated about. Something. What was it? We were talking about. It was when we were interviewing Evercade, and someone said something, and we said, "Yeah, that's nostalgia. He's that ETA Prime." It was a whole new term, and it was freaking hilarious. What was it? Do you guys remember in the
President's
live chat?
Choice?
No, not President's
Choice. You don't know
Choice.
that's Canadian.
It's not great value. It's oh my god, what was it? No
name brand. ETA Prime.
Oh man, even the live chat doesn't remember. It was so funny.
Wish, or was it he's the Alibaba ETA Prime?
No, now I gotta find it.
Temu?
Now I gotta find it. I'll find it. I'll pull up you can pull up. Did you know YouTube actually has like a transcript of your videos? Like I didn't know about that. So
I don't know about it.
You could pull up like a transcript of the video.
All right.
I guess it's for the hearing impaired.
While ETA's subprime, Jay Cuts is on it.
It wasn't subprime. Mike, once you hear it, you'll remember.
Oh, Super Sim is Canadian. No frills nostalgia. I love it.
See if we can find the. Where do you go for the
transcript? Right. So the new poll is up. What if Arcade1Up released a new cab, not can, new cab in XL instead of Deluxe? So they come out with a new title. Let's say it's something like, I don't know, Smash TV. And it's coming out in the XL form factor instead of Deluxe first.
I mean, I'd be okay with that. I mean, I like the XL size. It's kind of funny that they're a little wobbly though, considering they're the largest machines.
Have you bought a Deluxe? The Deluxe are just as wobbly.
No, I don't. I haven't bought a single Deluxe.
Yeah.
I haven't bought an Arcade1Up product in a long time, man. It's been a long time.
Pac-Man XL, the last one you bought?
Pac-Man XL. Pac-Man XL was the last one I bought. Yeah, I haven't bought any Arcade1Ups. Although I'm very tempted to pick up some of those Street Fighter HS5s because it's the perfect shape for modding. Like I just saw James Hates Everything. He did an Akari Warriors mod. I don't know if you saw it, but he shared some pictures. Looks incredible. 19K Fox, She Lion Gaming, they've done mods with those. I mean, it's your basic cab that all you gotta do is put like a little square sticker on the side. You know what I mean?
Who the fuck wants to play Akari Warriors?
What's wrong with Akari Warriors, man? I like Akari Warriors.
It's just okay. Like, you do a cab for it, James. What the fuck?
Be cool, man. Be cool. I'm all for XLs, but I mean, is it going to happen? I doubt it. So,
Oh yeah, well, I mean, this is a big what if, but from what I understand, like Arcade1Up met with the Canadian retailer, and the question was asked, "What about the XLs?" And the answer we got was, "Sounds like XL is pretty much dead." So, from what I understand, XL is 100% a Costco exclusive, and you're looking at one a year maybe, and that's if Costco wants it. And I don't know why, but that's where we are. It sucks.
well, I mean, like Boys to Men said, we've come to the end of the road, Mike.
Well, I'm still hopeful that somebody else does something. Like Papa Brad got me excited earlier. He talked about, New Wave Toys doing a centipede. That's what I wanted Golden Tee, Replicate to be. Wanted it to be a full size centipede. I would have been all over that.
Yes, that would have been cool. Sorry if I'm semi distracted. I'm trying to find if we can pull the transcript on this video because it's.
Yeah, so I did tell Cyrus about this. This is when I was doing more stuff with Arcade1Up, like doing the show with him, and I mentioned that to him. Some of the community feedback was they felt that there was a barrier to entry where you might have to have a Costco membership. You don't have to have a Costco membership. You can order online without a membership, but you have to pay a non-member price. So you can get the Arcade1Up from Costco without being a member.
Good stuff.
So far, we're 3 minutes in, 59 votes, and 68% of people would be more excited if a new cab came out in an XL form factor instead of a Deluxe. I mean, to me, that's a pretty straightforward. Stay tuned after the stream for P-Dubs and the search for the nickname.
It's going to happen. We're going to find it. I don't know why we can't find the little option.
I was so disappointed Nostalgia never made the show there the other night.
Yeah, man. Same old.
And he's not responding to my messages now either.
Oh, is he mad at you?
No, I sent him something pretty offensive, so it's par for the course for him not to respond.
Sometimes when you send me messages, I want to ignore you too, Mike. I know nostalgia. I've been there, buddy. I've been there. It's nothing personal. Mike just is a big child.
All right, we're at 61 votes, 4 minutes. We'll give it one more minute. 69%, almost at that 70 mark, would prefer a brand new cab in an XL over a Deluxe. This is 100% where I thought it would be.
Can you not pull a transcript of a live stream? Is that maybe why?
P-Dubs, I have no idea. I don't go back and check any of this stuff. You know that.
Hold on, I'm going to pull up a produced video.
This is 100% true. This is almost more time spent on nostalgia than he spends looking in the mirror. Like, have you seen him play with his little tuft of hair just to make sure it gets right in the front? The little flip out?
Well, he's losing it in the back now, so he's kind of like us. So he's just trying to, pretend he still has hair. Okay, I can't find it. We'll find it later, but it was hilarious.
So, Midlife Arcade actually bought a Jaws Pro this past year. Saving money on cabs this year allowed me to finally save up and buy a pin. Also, to see the value in something like what Buystuff is putting out, the hobby may just get full-on stupid expensive. Yeah, like, again, Buystuff, like, with their deck, like, that was the next one we're going to go to. We'll end this now, 6 minutes, 67 votes. We didn't get to 70, but 69% of people would prefer any Arcade1Up release in the future to be XL over Deluxe. So thank you very much, everybody, for participating in that one. We're moving on, and the next company I want to talk about is Buystuff Arcades. And again, how fucking cool is this thing, P-Dubs? Sorry for swearing so much tonight.
I can't see it, Mike. Can you zoom in?
Oh my god!
Can you please zoom in? Because I really can't read any of that. All right,
how's that? Is that better?
See? Now think of the viewers. Now the viewers can see it. So,
son of
this thing is pretty incredible looking, but obviously,
price point's tough. Yeah, and that's not to say it's not, worth its value. I mean, like, I don't know, everything goes into it. Would have been nice during the interview if they broke it down. I mean, that Phoenix monitor by itself is like $500, isn't it? Just the monitor itself. It's $500.
I don't have one. I've never ordered one before, so I don't know the actual price of those Phoenix monitors. And Mike, you were a little mean to me on Super Game Room Dudes when I asked them. I was like, "Hey, I've heard, because I don't own one, that these Phoenix monitors have issues. But supposedly they work very well with HDMI. But if you're trying to use any of the other original arcade connections, they have issues." So I just asked them that question because I was curious what they knew about the monitor. And you snapped at me on the show, Mike. You were like, "Well, unlike P-Dubs, I already knew HDMI worked just fine."
That's because you have no integrity.
And I'm sitting here, I'm like, "Mike, well, just because you know doesn't mean I know. Doesn't mean the hundreds of people who were watching the broadcast knew." It was a good question to ask because there's a lot of heat about these monitors on the internet. Go look. There's a lot of bad reviews for them.
There is, but some of the issues that they've had have been recently rectified thanks to our buddy 19K Fox and Cool Toy, who have both done some testing for Buystuff for the Phoenix monitors. So yeah, I was just being funny, P-Dubs.
But considering their gaming PC or their Android racing box are going to be connected via the HDMI connections, people shouldn't have those issues with this particular thing. There you go.
So I'm gonna ask this question here because, like, here's the thing.
So what's the what if on this one? Because they already came out with like 20 options of this, which is what I really wanted to highlight during our interview with them.
This is the what if, because like, I love this thing, but the thing is, like, the way I am, I'm not a modding guy. Like, I'm not the guy that's going to buy like a deck to go on my LU with art or any of that stuff. I'm not the guy that's just going to get the wheel or any of that stuff. That's just not me. I'm not going to mod an Arcade1Up. I want this. It's just really fucking expensive. So here's my what if on this one. What if they made a more cost-effective model of this, like a recreation like they did, but they made it with cheaper parts, maybe, I don't know, like maybe only 2 wheels or something like that. And they got the price point down to $2,000. Would people out there in the community want some kind of recreation like that at a cheaper price point that maybe didn't have like the coin door, maybe didn't have the same number of wheels, something like that? What if there was a cheaper one?
Did you put that in the poll for people?
That's what I'm going to put in the poll.
All right.
I'm just asking you first.
Well, could I get it for a cheaper price, but would it stand the test of time? I mean, I guess.
Wouldn't be the same quality. Keep in mind, wouldn't be the same quality.
You know, like, would they make it out of MDF versus plywood? Would they?
They said there was no cost savings on that. That was the funny thing.
Oh, that's right. They did say
Yeah.
that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So,
Where's our remember who's the wood expert in the community? He
so
went on
you're
to do
saying it
Steam
would
Deck stuff.
be like instead of a 26-inch screen, maybe a 19-inch screen?
Yeah. Drop
And
the screen
maybe
size, figure out
two
cost savings.
wheels.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 wheels. I don't know. I think people would prefer the 3-player version if they're going to buy the actual machine.
Okay, but they went with
But
they went with a cheaper quality wheel instead of like a real
Oh.
go-kart wheel. They went with
So
like
what
an
are they gonna do?
Arcade1Up level.
They're going to rank all the outrun wheels off the Arcade1Up outruns. Is that what they're going to do?
Or they just, go and figure out the nostalgicades.
It's tough, man. I mean, obviously people would like it if it was cheaper. I mean, think about it. How many of those things are they actually going to sell, guys? Maybe 20.
Yeah, and
maybe 10. And I'm sure they'd be happy with that result, but I mean, they're not trying to sell 10,000 of those things.
That's
what they want to sell is hundreds of those wheels, and you guys have a whole bunch of options to buy those wheels, whether you want to put it on an Arcade1Up, an AtGames, a DIY Multicade, if you just want to put it on a pedestal in front of a TV. That's what they're trying to do, is get you guys to buy the wheels. This big arcade machine, which a lot of people are hyper focused on, like, honestly, they're probably going to sell 10 to 20 of those at most. And that's it.
From what I understand, they've already sold like 30. They've already had like 30 people being like, I'm all in. And like 100%.
People talk the talk until they got to whip out the debit card there, Mike. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people messaged them, guys, you're awesome. This is great. And they put it up for pre-order. And then all of a sudden those people are like, oh, got to go to the movies with the fam.
Yeah. But anyways, I don't know how serious they are, but I did want to say you're 100% right. They're not looking. This is not their product. Their product that they're selling here is 100% the wheel. The wheel. And so many people are fixated on the big arcade because it's so cool. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. But this is an absolute limited edition luxury type item that this is just something they wanted to see if they could do. But the real product is 100% the wheel. So.
MG, I ordered one, but then realized $1,000 was just the deposit. MG, bring in the humor. But get your poll in there. I'm going to be quiet because I can't talk when that keyboard's clicking. That keyboard.
Why does it distract you so much? You should think about this. You should think about this.
So loud, Mike.
You know when you're having sex and you're like, oh my god, I want to go longer. Think about my keyboard.
Like when you're interviewing someone and you ask them a question and they start to answer you and you're over there click clacking. That's all people hear on the live stream.
I know, and I do it just to fuck with you.
And it's so loud and it's so annoying
to you.
I thought nothing. Great. I thought nothing could top the metal coffee cup lid, but you've done it, my friend. And I'm dead serious, guys. The day I go to Canada to visit Mike, I am going to go in his office and steal that keyboard and probably break it or something of that nature. It's going to happen. But I'll bring you a new keyboard. So. Oh my God, he muted himself, guys. I'm sitting there like, why can't I hear him? He muted himself. Here we go. All right. Let's get the poll in here. Louder than Arcade1Up button micro switches. There you go. What if the Buystuff made Super Sprint for less than 2,000? Would you get it, guys? Let's just say it was like 1999. Would you get it? Like if they found a way to bring the cost down.
Yeah, if they could find a way to bring the cost down, I think they have a very exciting product there. Again, I don't think they're really concerned about how many of these big ones. I think, honestly, if they got like 200 orders in the big ones, they'd say, fuck, I don't want to build those.
Yeah, because also, too, that's the other thing is they got to put them together. These things are going to be freight shipped, which means they're going to be shipped pretty much assembled. You're probably just going to connect the top to the base. And you'll be playing like it's going to come to you like how I buy arcade machines off auction websites. It's going to show up this big ass thing. It's not going to be flat packed. So they have to build it, pack it, ship it. Oh my goodness. It's a lot of work. I don't know, man. Like, I think if they sold 20, 25 of them, I think they would be ecstatic. because
Yeah.
that's a lot of money for them. But they're not trying to sell hundreds and hundreds of these. They want you to buy the wheels.
They want to sell hundreds and hundreds and hundreds
They
of
want
the
to sell
wheels.
hundreds of wheels.
And this is another one of those things where this is a community company, kind of like GRS, kind of like all these community companies we support. They're coming out with a controller that's just unique. This is a cool thing, kind of like Glenn's Curry Warriors joystick, kind of like this is like that. This is like the only real place to find a 360 wheel right now in the home arcade space, isn't it?
Well, I mean, some people have like 3D printed wheels that you can put on top of like spinners. So
Oh yeah, but
there's a
it's
few
not
people out
it's
there
not the
that,
same.
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's some 3D printed wheels out there, but this is pretty much the only true 360 wheel you can get for like a multicade, like a modern one, kind of like this. At least that I've seen. So they'll you guys can call TaskRabbit to come put your Arcade1Ups or your Super Sprint arcades together. There you go. There you go.
You know, I'm surprised right now. Super Sprint Recreation sub 2000. You know, I think people are just, yeah, we're fine with what it is. You know, there's a lot of people out there that are going to do, you know, either the ALU kit. All that stuff looks great. I'm just not much of a modder. Like, I mean, you know, that stuff doesn't
Yeah.
appeal to me. I want to buy something that's all said and done. So it looks like I just got to pony up the cash if I want it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But then again, you know, if you get like their Android box or their the one they got coming out for this, or their gaming PC, and you just get the clamp to stick it on your Legends Ultimate, I think that's something you would be okay with doing. It's fairly simple.
I'm not gonna. I got in trouble for talking about this earlier because I was already looking at the GRS yoke thing.
That's what I have.
Yeah, I was looking at that plus the kit that goes with it, and I was looking at
Yeah.
the price, and I was like, I'm at $500 for the yoke clamp and the box, the gaming box.
Do you have? Is that with the yoke too? Do you have the yoke?
Yeah, so I'll show you now, and I'm not giving them a hard time. It's just,
Oh, good. You zoomed in.
yeah. So I'm trying not to give them a hard time. I went to
Yeah,
look at
that's
it.
what
and
I have.
I saw the yoke mount, $79, and I was like, awesome. But then when I went down, because like obviously I don't want to try to mess around trying to, you know, configure my controls so I can play. I'm only buying this to play Star Wars. I don't care about anything else. I just want to play Star Wars. So when I went down and I tried to add this, and this one, 224. So all of a sudden, then it gets there. So 335, and okay, not $500, but it'd be like $400 by the time shipping and everything got included.
Oh, okay.
I was like, that's a lot to play Star Wars.
That's a lot of pinball money.
And like, if you think about it, like that's not with the yoke. The yoke, I already had to get myself $200. So you see where this is coming from now, right?
But do you have one of the GRS yokes? Because
yeah, I already have a yoke.
Yeah, I love it.
It's incredible. No doubt.
I've left mine permanently clamped onto that Legends Ultimate, which is kind of funny because if I want to do like
Legends Ultimate,
if I want to do like CoinOps X or something, I do it on that one, and then this one I pretty much just use the Android boxes on, and then the vertical one I don't really play anymore. The Tetris one, that's going to end up being sacrificed because I just found out that one of my multicades I pre-ordered is shipping, I think this week. So I need to make room. So,
you are not wrong, but Anthony, but people want to play things in different ways. So, you know, some people are happy playing things on a multicade. Some people want to recreate the nostalgia. Everybody's different.
Yeah, someone left a great comment. It was, you know, I did a video talking about, I think it was when the Evercade Alpha got announced. I did a video saying, "Hey guys, Evercade Alpha gaming news, whatever." Someone left a comment on my video and they said something along the lines of, "Why would I want to buy this when I can play these games already for free?" Right? And it's like a lot of us can play games for free. A lot of us can pirate these ROMs and play these games. So, I just responded to him and I said, yeah, man, you can play any video game for free. The question is, are you willing to spend money to play it on that particular form factor? Does that form factor interest you? And if it doesn't interest you, you're not going to spend the money. So, you know, so I mean, I thought that was a pretty good response to that. And I think it's true because if you think about it, all like technically you could probably just live your life with one multicade in your home.
Oh, yeah.
But the reason why so many people bought Arcade1Ups versus a single multicade is they wanted to play it on that form factor, right?
And the nostalgia and stuff like that.
Right.
There's nothing
So,
wrong with this. There's just certain people
yeah.
that want to play certain ways, and not everybody not everybody's like, oh, cool, I'm gonna shell out like $500 to play something on my multicade. I'm like, if I'm gonna put that much in, I'd rather go the extra step to have the whole thing, while other people are not. So, whatever.
Yeah.
So here we go. Buystuff, despite me being a big asshole, still sent me this video. So this is them testing out Daytona, which they now have working on this new driving gaming box on the Super Spring
Nice.
cab. So let's check it out a little bit here.
Nice. I'm happy they got Daytona working. And this is the one I got crisscrossed with Cruising USA last week as well. And you yelled at me again on the live stream. I think because when Nostalgia's not there, you tend to abuse me instead of because he's not there. So
Well, I got to be somebody, right?
Nostalgia's got to come back on Friday. But yeah, that's looking pretty good, man.
That is the arcade version too.
Yeah, what I do like about this 360-degree wheel kit that they're putting together is, as of right now, today, the only games that are going to be on there are actually like MAME arcade games versus the Android box it's pretty much loaded with more console racing games than MAME games, and some of them are cool, but some of them are like, oh, I really don't have any interest in playing that PSP racing game. You know what I mean? I'd rather play an arcade racing game. So I like that they're pushing to get all those going first. I'm sure they could fluff it up and add more console ones. We'll see what they come up with, but
Anyways, I think the main focus right now is on the gaming, either the gaming box they put out or their PC, plus the wheel and stuff like that. No matter which way you want to play, whether it's one of those clamp things or you want to mod an Arcade1Up, you want to do your ALU, whatever you want to do, I think it's going to play great. And for the people that can afford it, I mean, that Super Sprint recreation is absolutely beautiful. Like, I absolutely love it. They're not real arcades, Nick Madsen. All arcades are real. Some are commercial. Yeah, Nick. I love Nick. I had Nick on a couple of weeks ago. Nick makes a point too. Like, some of this stuff lessens the magic of going to the arcade and going out and experiencing that. So,
what lessens the magic?
Like where we could play them on multicades and stuff at home, it takes away from the experience of going to the real arcades. I understand that sentiment as well.
Well, I mean,
like, you're like, why would I go to the arcade? Because I can just play
why would I go spend money when I have it at home, right?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. So if I was an arcade operator, which I think Nick is, I guess I could see that.
He is now. He's GM. Yeah, Starcade.
Yeah, good for him. I saw. I can't remember who. Somebody shared a video of his actual arcade, and it was the first time I've ever seen it. And
it's impressive.
I thought it looked really cool, Nick. I never saw it before, so you got a nice little setup there, man.
We should do a road trip. We can go see the Twins. I can get another baseball stadium knocked off. Then we'll go see Starcade.
Yeah, I do like going to baseball games. But people get mad at me because I actually love going to the Milwaukee Brewers stadium because it's kind of like little Chicago. There's more Cubs fans there than Brewers fans, but I love that stadium. I think it's comfy, and I think
does the Brewers mascot still slide into the thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I gotta go.
At least the last time I was there seeing a Cubs game, but I really love going to Miller Park. So, yeah. But anyway, sorry, I digress. What were we talking about?
So I ended the poll on that one, and I think people are just fine with what Buystuff are doing. I don't think anybody really even wants anything different. I know Danny wanted Arcade1Up to do a Super Spring Cornercade, but seems like people are just happy with what they're doing. Only 35% said they'd like something that's a little bit cheaper with that form factor. So yeah, and I mean, great that Daytona's working. So good for them.
Yeah.
Now, here's one, and it's fitting that you're
Is
here
this
for this
another
one.
what if?
Oh yeah, this is another
All right.
what if. All right, are you ready?
What if Michael B went back to covering NES games?
Some people would still complain about that. They'd somehow twist that to there's nothing to cover. They have no content. So, anyways, here we go.
I love when I hear that, and then I look at the pile of products and the list of videos I need to make, and I'm like, yeah, I have no content to make, and none of it's Arcade1Up. All right.
Oh, you're gonna love this one.
Is this another super secret poll?
Boom. What if AtGames never added Zen Studios to the ALP 4K? How do you think people will be responding to the product?
I think that's probably a major selling point of that product line. And without that partnership, without that artwork on the machines, I mean, I see a lot of people with their ALP high defs going, well, I already added a third screen and I already have a PC, and I just don't see a lot of people switching over like they kind of did. Not everybody did. A lot of people just stuck with their ALP high defs. So,
and then saw the mini post from AtGames that said the Zen games are exclusive to the 4K, and then still complain every week saying, hey, you guys forgot about us. When are these Zen games coming to the HD? When they were initially told they were never coming.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, like Nick Madsen, I just noticed he wrote about Paperboy. Like for instance, Paperboy on the Arcade1Up Mortal Kombat Midway Deluxe.
He's horrible.
It's unplayable in my opinion.
Unplayable.
You can't play with joysticks, so you got to have like some kind of steering wheel, handlebars. You got to have something to make it fun. What if AtGames never added Zen Studios? Look at that, Mike. It's already at 80% no's, but
I think people are saying they wouldn't have bought it if they didn't add Zen Studios. I think I needed to reframe the question much. What would people have thought of the machine? Because really, the only real complaint with the machine right now is the software, the Zen Studios games, and how they're not performing.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's probably the major one. Yeah. It's probably the major
What are the
one.
other ones?
I mean, you can nitpick things, but I mean, that's the hot topic. Like for a while there,
Flipper leg and the optimization of the graphics.
There was bad packing, lots of shipping damage for a while. I don't know if they started repacking these things better. I don't know. But I mean, there's small stuff you can nitpick if you really wanted.
Yeah,
you can nitpick the D-pad. You can nitpick this, that.
Oh, that D-pad is actually much better than the D-pad on the original ALP.
Overall, I mean, it's a pretty solid product for what it is. It's just, do you really need it if you already have one? Right?
We answered this on my last stream last week. We don't ask if people need things. No one needs anything. They're toys. What kind of asshole thinks anybody needs anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, anyways,
well,
it's interesting. I think you're 100% right.
The problem with this,
Zen
Kevin,
sold it. Yeah.
The problem with this, Kevin, is that Zen Studios, I've had to buy a lot of these games on my PlayStation, on my PC, on the AtGames. That's how Zen Studios gets you. You don't just buy it once and get it for free on every other platform. You got to pay for it. So, I mean, it makes sense.
So yeah. So would you be interested in we'll go with it that way because that's how people are reading it. What if AtGames never added Zen Studios to the ALP 4KP? Would you be interested?
Oh, I know. I never would have gotten one. I mean, I've said that from day one. I mean, my ALP high def is fully tricked out with solenoids, with the Buystuff back box, with the PC. I already have And like I don't even want to unplug the PC, take it to the other machine downstairs and like reconfigure my DMD screens. Like I don't even want to mess with it. It's like it's set up, it's perfect, it's ready to play. I got artwork on there, it's fully pimped out, ready to go. The only reason that I bought it, just like, and I told people this, just like you, Mike, and a lot of others, was because they were going to have these Zen Studios running natively on the platform versus this machine. I have to turn on that PC, right?
I thought you
And-
bought it out of spite.
No, I didn't buy it. Right? And sure enough, like that's a huge selling point because
Yeah.
people who don't want to mess around with all that technical stuff were like, oh my God, I can play these really cool Zen Studios games, and all I have to do is click download, and it downloads it right to the machine. Not even a flash drive. There's internal storage, right? And play these games, and the experience has been less than stellar. It's been going on almost a year now, almost. It's like 8-9 months.
So MG, the problem with your comment is if I buy a game on Xbox X and it doesn't work on Xbox Series X, I don't know, maybe an upgrade fee, it's the same platform family. No, you got to look at it a different way. If you buy a game on Xbox Series X that's meant to run on Xbox Series X and it doesn't run on Xbox X, I mean, AtGames are having enough trouble, AtGames and Zen, making the games work on the AtGames Legends 4K that has a more powerful chipset. How do you expect them to work on the Legends Pinball HD? Do you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying, P-Dubs. Like a PlayStation 5 game. Well, this should work on the PlayStation 4. No. It's made for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, man. It's been gaming. Super Nintendo games didn't work on the original Nintendo. It's been that way since we were kids.
I understand what he talks. I know I'm talking about having to rebuy the same tables. Yeah, and here's the thing with this. Steam did a really good, Zen did a really good job on Steam. So like when I moved everything over to Xbox, well, to Pinball FX, when I rebought stuff, they offered them to me at 50%. AtGames did a pretty good job. They didn't explain it that way, but during the initial buy, if you bought all the pinball packs, they were also 50%. And that was the discount they gave to everybody. Should have been a discount they gave to owners that already bought them on the Legends HD, but they were just giving to everybody. It was 50% off for the pinball packs originally that you would have already bought on your Legends HD. So, but I understand what you're talking about. Usually they offer an upgrade fee if you have them on the same platform. I don't know how that works from, like, say if I had them on Xbox Series X and then I bought it on Series X, if there was an upgrade fee or you just had to buy the games all again. I've never bought them on that console.
If it makes you feel any better, MG, I only have about 60 pinball games on my 4K. I have all the Zen ones that were released, minus the DreamWorks pack that just came out because I just have no interest in Trolls and Kung Fu Panda and the other one.
You don't have any interest because it's good and you don't want to admit it's good.
No, I have those games already on Pinball FX. I covered those games when Zen Studios released those last year, and I just don't like those games like How to Train Your Dragon. I hate how in the very middle of the table, like right in front of the damn flippers, is the damn dragon, and it's like it just feels like he's in the way. You know what I mean? Like get the F out of my way. I'm trying.
You would not like Galactic Tank Force.
And Kung Fu Panda just constantly hitting that stupid thing that goes side to side. Like the games didn't excite me, and Trolls just, I just couldn't get into it. I didn't like the way the tables were made, and that was last year. So of course I'm not going to spend the money and play them on AtGames. But what were we talking about right before that? Oh, yeah, I only have 60 games. So if it makes you feel better, MG. So for instance, I bought the Taito game. I rebought the Taito games, the Dr. Seuss games, the Natural History games, and the the Zen games. So it's like 60 games. Like I see no reason to rebuy all those Zakaria games. Like they play fine on the HD. They look great on the HD. Like I was like, if I ever want to play a Zakaria pinball game, I'll turn on the high def pinball machine. Like really? Raging Rapids or Time Machine in 4K. Who cares? Who cares, right?
So you bought an SSF kit. Are you ever going to install it?
I have the SSF kit. I haven't installed it. Well, keep in mind, I haven't even had a chance to film my review for the pinball machine. So I was like going to do it. And then after I reviewed it.
Did you do this like review because you're going to bury it?
No,
Review.
no. Why are you stirring the pot? You know, see, that's what happens is you YouTubers accuse me of things. That's right. You and the other ones accuse me of things, go run into PK, and I haven't even done anything.
Go run into PK.
How about you wait for my review?
I know you're fair.
I've just been busy. I've been so bad. Like, dude, I haven't made a produced video in like a month. Like, I've only had time to do live streams and a quick news video here and there. I just don't have the time I used to have.
So it's a shame that you don't have like some of the Zachariah tables and stuff like that. When you install your install your SSF kit, man, oh man, those games work so well with the SSF kit. Like it is unreal.
But the Taito games and
Taitos work well too. Yeah, you'll be fine there.
I'll be okay. Like I wanted to see those games in 4K. I don't care about the space shuttle in 4K Zakaria. You know what I mean?
It does look a lot better. But to each their own. I mean, if you're happy with what it is, like I love shooting the rapids. Like love shooting the rapids. So
yeah, I'll eventually get to it. So
YouTubers, it's your fault.
I might actually get a couple of light gun videos out this week. I'm trying to make it a light gun video week. I got 2 light guns I gotta publish reviews for.
You're gonna get Glenn's boomstick done and out?
I got Glenn's boomstick, and then I got that MX-24, that retro shooter machine gun. It's the retro shooter machine gun. It's the black one. It's like a submachine gun.
Usually when Carl starts talking to me about retro shooter, I just completely blank out.
I spent yesterday for 4 hours filming all kinds of footage. And then this is what happens. Mike, you know this, right? All of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I got 88 clips. I got to edit this into a video. I got to turn 4 hours of footage into a 10-minute video. And then you're like, I'm going to go play Xbox instead or something, right? So, we'll get to it.
So Lara wants me to finish up. So she says, how many minutes? And she said, just burp again and turn it off.
Oh, okay.
No, so there was another one I wanted to do I'm not going to do it. I'll leave it to another time. I was going to talk about the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K. Legends Ultimate 4K. Everybody complaining about the art. What if it was just some kind of like multi-cade art? Would people be happy with it then? Like, think about what they did last time. But then think about you're losing Star Wars, those titles. So it's going to be more of like Dinosaur Dynasty and stuff like that. Would people be happy with like an all black cab with just Dinosaur Dynasty and stuff like that on it? The old form factor. Is that better than what the Killer Instinct was?
I don't know. A lot of people hated the multi-cade artwork on the original HD. Some people liked it. I mean, I changed mine for a reason. So that's all I can say.
Yeah.
And I will say this. I mean, we've talked about this before while you're waiting for the audience to chime in with their thoughts in the live chat.
Well, I should do a poll, I suppose. I will do a poll.
Despite the fact that the Addams Family artwork is not the original artwork from the original pinball machine, I like it. I really like it. And I know some people are like, oh my God, how could you like it? I think it looks great. I mean, to each their own, right?
I will do it. Just 4 minutes, really quick.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, so Mad Planets is on my list of real arcade machines to pick up this year. So hopefully I can make that a reality. It'd be kind of interesting if Arcade1Up did one, but odds are they would do a Cubert before they did a Mad Planets. But
Arcade1Up ain't doing shit, man.
Yeah, but then again, Arcade1Up ain't doing anything. Yep.
Not anything we want them to do. Not anything we want them to do. I'm just going to be honest about that. What if AtGames did a multicade artwork for the ALU 4K, like the OG ALU?
Yeah, the OG. Would you have picked it up? I probably would not have myself.
This will never happen. I was looking at the deck that went out a little earlier. I've got it here somewhere. And one of the things I didn't notice, I should have noticed, was the screen's actually going to be a little bit bigger. It's going to be a 27-inch 4K monitor instead of the 24-inch that's in the Legends Ultimate. I thought the Legends Ultimate was a 27-inch, but it's only a 24-inch.
It's always been 24.
Yeah, so you are getting a bit of a bigger screen, new form.
So that's confirmed. It's going to have a 27, the ALU 4K.
Just give me 1 second here. Uno momento.
So it'll be a 27-inch 4K screen with a 60 hertz refresh rate. Yeah, Bad Dudes is going to look incredible.
Oh yeah. I don't have it up anymore. Yeah, but it is a 27-inch.
I could understand them really pushing the 4K with the pinball games.
Yes,
but the 4K on the Legends Ultimate's weird. It's like, are you gonna have more like modern games that? Because honestly, who cares if it's you're playing Crazy Balloon in 4K? Who cares, right? Like
I don't know. I mean, like I've said all along with that, I like the new form factor. I like the fact that the bit LCD is built in. I think that's a good idea. I like the fact that they're going to be bringing new games to the platform, but I again, this is one like exact same as you. Why am I upgrading? Unless I know that either they're going to bring more first party games that would not normally run on the ALU, or I need to know what the community can do with the increased power before I bought it.
Yeah, like what Jason put below, like that would make sense to me, because even if you think about it, you're like, okay, well, let's think about it the way we do the pinball machine, OTG mode, right? You're going to connect your PC and play your modern Steam games on this arcade machine. Let's just say Street Fighter or whatever. But keep in mind, my gaming PCs that are here at my workstation, they have like 144 hertz refresh rate. AtGames is not putting that in this machine. It'll be a 27-inch with probably a 60 hertz refresh rate. So even with modern gaming, there's going to be some screen tearing and stuff like that. Like some of the games aren't going to be able to keep up with that or that monitor's not going to be able to keep up with some of the more modern games, right? That you try to run via OTG mode, you're going to have some issues. So it's like they're not putting like 144 hertz screens in there. So it's like, what are they doing? Like, what's the point of it? So,
See,
I do like though that the bit LCD will be included. So that's cool. So there you go.
Yeah, so there's benefits. The bit LCD is the big one for me. I think that's one of the best things AtGames have done in years. I'm very open about that. I mean, when you're playing with a multicade, it's very hard to get nostalgia sometimes. Like, if you're big on the nostalgia thing, like I obviously am. So, I mean, the fact that this is going to have that, multicade artwork changes to be giving you that nostalgia each time. It's just such a good thing. I like it. I got caught up here because I'm looking at this and I am not surprised by the result, even though everybody hates the artwork on the AtGames Legends Ultimate 4K, the Killer Instinct artwork. So far, with 39 votes, 74% are saying no, they would not prefer the multicade artwork. And now I've seen original images of what they were going to do, and like it's not good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm glad they went with more of a dedicated design, but people who are big Killer Instinct fans expected it to be like a Killer Instinct recreation, but
they didn't want to do that. Yeah, they didn't want to just do what Arcade1Up did.
It's KI1 on one side and it's KI2 on the other side. Like, I kind of get why AtGames went that way to differentiate themselves, but the diehard Killer Instinct fans are like, wait a minute, there's two machines in one. I want my skeleton on both sides, bro.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is.
So here we are, 4 minutes, 40 votes. We're going to end the poll there. Like I said, 4 minutes. 73% of people are saying no. I did not want the multicade art. Jason Little Alien says HD was ugly, and many people like reproduction stayed far away from the HD, even though it was a fun machine, especially via OTG. The new is way better. Thank you. I agree. So really quickly before we go, because we don't have any content to talk about in the home arcade space, we got to talk about this other really boring stuff that we might like or be interested in. So I wanted to show you guys a couple things that might be something you're interested in. So as you guys know, here in Canada, we don't have a Target. So I've been completely shut out of buying any of the Voltron.
Hey, Mike.
40th. Yes, P-Dubs.
Can you zoom in, please?
Hold on.
All the way. Fill the screen.
Fuck's sakes.
All the way.
This is as far as I'm getting it.
All right.
So anyways, for those of you guys who have been shut out trying to go to Target to buy the individual lines, I can't do it at all. Big Bad Toy Store.
You're a Voltron fan?
I am a Voltron fan. I'm a fan of all nostalgia. So Big Bad Toy Store has a pre-order up for third quarter 2024, and you can buy all 6 of the lions in one to get the entire Voltron lion kit right now.
Yeah.
So $109. You get this kit. This is what the kit looks like.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. That's everything that's included. That's what it looks like when you open them. You see the 5 Voltron lions, and you can be this happy kid. Look, it's me. It's me. It's Michael B. That's what I'll have coming up fourth quarter. So I'm pretty excited about this. Even though I was shut out, thanks to Big Bad Toy Store, I got my pre-order in. I'm getting my fucking Voltron. So I'm pretty happy.
How tall is that?
16 inches, I think.
Oh yeah, 16 inches tall.
16 inches. So only 14 inches more than Nostalgia. So, yeah, that's the Voltron. And another one, huge thanks to Cool Toy, brought this to my attention first. I'm a big toy guy. Very specific toys.
Cool Toy made me buy a pair of Wolverine shoes, and I love them.
He's the real shill. He's making us buy things before we have a chance to think about it. He's working with these companies.
Yeah, he was working with Reebok and made me buy those Wolverine shoes.
So anyways, moving on.
Can you zoom in? There you go.
Something else I'm really excited about. It says it's sold out now, but you can still pre-order it. Anyways, I've already pre-ordered.
Oh shit! Is that the Technodrome?
The Technodrome. They are re-releasing the Technodrome. This is one of those toys I wished I had when I was a kid.
Yes.
My pre-order is already in. You can pre-order on Amazon.com right now.
That's cool.
The Technodrome. Here is a look at all the shit.
Oh, that looks so
I've got a bunch of the classic turtles still in packages I got to open. So I've got like the 4 original turtles. I've got Shredder. I've got Splinter. I've got Baxter Stockman, Krang, Bebop, Rocksteady, Slash, and who else is it? I think that's it maybe. But I've got all those. So I'm going to open them up. I've got the Turtle Party Wagon. And for the first time in my life, I am going to be a proud owner of a Technodrome. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah, you'll make fun of me, but I've actually been having fun. My son and I got a couple of the big monster Lego sets. I'm talking the $500.
Oh, I saw, yeah.
The $500 sets. We got the Lord of the Rings Tower of Sauron that just came out. So we went and stood in line and picked that up. I didn't really realize how many people are obsessed with Legos. There was a line.
Oh yeah.
Some of the people, I was like, how long have you guys been here? They're like, oh, we've been here 3 hours. We're waiting for the store to open. We got to get our Tower of Sauron. So we got the Tower of Sauron, which we haven't started building yet, but we also picked up, it's like another $500 set, that Dungeons and Dragons castle. And it's a monster. And there's 31 bags of parts, and we've made it through 24 bags. So we're still building it, but it's going to be pretty cool when it's done. As a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons, and the fact that Lego never really did Dungeons and Dragons, like they've done everything. Like this is like the only Lego Dungeons and Dragons, and it's awesome. It's such a good set. There's so much shit in there. It's incredible.
So what was I going to tell you? I finally watched Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves last weekend, me and my wife sat down and watched it. She already watched it because she loves Chris Pine. Apparently, he has a
Yeah.
giant wiener, so she loves him. He's in another movie. You can see his wang. I don't know.
I enjoyed
It was
Honor Among
good.
Thieves.
Yeah.
It's way better than that D&D movie they did about 20 years ago, which I forget who was in it, but it was garbage. It was just pure garbage. Like this movie actually followed a lot of the good D&D stuff. The only real problem is you were hoping to see some of the original TV show characters in it, and they did add them in the end. Did you see the cameo at the end?
Oh, I did. I freaked out. I was like, "Look, there's Billy. Where's Uni?"
You're like, I got all these action figures. There they are.
Yeah.
So it was cool they snuck them in there. But I think I liked it. I hope
was
they
really
make a
good.
sequel.
It was really
make
good.
a sequel.
It falls into that
Yes.
category of really bad movies that I really still like. Like, I know people don't like it, but I love like Jonah Hex. I love like Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. Love them, but they're not great movies, right? Bobby, thank you, Jason Little Alien.
The fat, out of shape dragon in Dungeons and Dragons is freaking hilarious. That was great.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was good, and something else I wanted to show you guys. So, Father's Day is coming up. Have you heard anything from your partner? What they're thinking about getting you yet? Or do you buy your own gift for Father's Day?
My wife?
Yeah.
She's been, she asks me all the time to give her lists of stuff because she knows I spend a lot of money on shit for myself. Like, I don't know what to buy you. You got to give me a list. I have no idea what she's going to give me. So we'll see.
Well, I got to show you. It disappeared. I had a thing open, but now it's gone. I don't know where it's gone to. So, anyways, let me just 1 second, friend. I wanted to show this product type. There we go. So I know for a fact, because I got to go pick them up, but I'm going to show you what my wife is getting me if I can find them really quick.
More shoes?
You can see that. Yeah. Not everybody can see that yet, P-Dubs. Don't ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah. Well, because I can also hit buttons too, like this.
Yeah. So anyways.
More shoes? All right. Well, you find the cool shoes. I don't know what I'm going to get. So speaking of Father's Day, I just got an email today from Arcade1Up with their Father's Day sales. And
we can talk about the same sales that they've had on for the last 2 years.
Yeah. They're, and what's funny too is, weeks ago, people are like, oh, well, when should how much is Arcade1Up going to mark these things down? And we're like, maybe 50, maybe $100. The days of $300-400 off are gone, like, and that's all this Father's Day is, a 50-100 off. And sure enough, the ones that don't sell, like Pong pub tables and cocktail tables, those are the only ones that are knocked down $200-300. But for the most part, 50-100, that's it. So
someone asked me if we're going to get a sale here in Canada. I don't know. I have no clue. I have heard nothing about it, but these are the shoes that Lara's getting me. I think I can lay off the shoes after I get these. I did want a pair of Reebok pumps, but I couldn't get my Twilight Zone pumps.
Is that a shoe for a toddler? I can't see it. Maybe you zoomed in.
Son of a bitch.
There we go. Now I can see it.
So this is what I'm getting. Air Jordan lows, yellow and black's on sale.
Nice.
So
you'll need a new pair of shoes for all that walking we're going to do at Pinball Expo.
Yeah. Justin bought his 9th pinball machine tonight.
Yeah.
He is rich. He is a rich mofo.
Yeah. Yeah. Good for him, right? Did he tell us what it was, or did I miss it?
Yeah, he told us what it was. He got a really good deal on it too.
Well, I don't know if he wants us to share it or not.
Yeah.
So we'll let him share it. Supposedly he wants to come back and do YouTube stuff, or was he trolling people?
No, he's going to come back.
Oh, okay.
I just don't think it's going to be what people expect it to be. Like, I mean, is Justin going to come back and cover like home arcade stuff? No, I don't think he likes it anymore. Will he come back and cover John D home arcade stuff? Yeah, he really likes John D, so he's going to cover that.
So wait a minute, hold on. Let me put my tinfoil hat on.
I know. Think about it.
Justin's coming back. If Justin's coming back, John D must be getting close to making his announcement.
Yeah. The guys will be ramping up. 19K Fox.
There you go.
Justin B
Kong will come back. B Kong took a long break. He's been off for a while. They're all three of them are gonna come back. And you too.
Chanti!
So yeah. So
Anyways, guys, that's all I got for tonight. I just wanted to have a little fun asking about what if with these products. Didn't expect P-Dubs to show up. And Jason Lillian says he heard Retro Ralph is selling his arcades. He might be. I think he's trying to get more into pinball, so I think he's trying to free up money to buy more pinball machines.
Okay. Well, Mike, it's a shame you got to go, but guys, I'm still here and we're still going to keep going because I have admin control of this particular account.
Fuck, man.
So if you got to take
show
off,
up uninvited,
we're actually, it's kind of funny, Mike, that you're leaving, guys, because guess what? Live right here, right now, for your guys' viewing pleasure, we're gonna have some fun. So
on my channel.
On your channel, Mike, we're gonna miss you, but I hope you guys are ready. It's time to get this party started. This is what happens when you share accounts with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got a new banner. You did a whole channel refresh with Mason recently too, didn't you?
Yeah. I figured, if this is my last year on YouTube, I should change it because I got tired of looking at the orange. Like I've had all the orange logos, the orange banners. Like I've had all that. Dude, I haven't changed my stuff in like 3 years. Now, you remember the first couple of years, no, 2 years. First couple of years I did YouTube, I used to change my stuff like every 6 months. New channel logos and everything, and then I just settled on that orange logos and stuff, and I was like, you know what I need to do? I need something different. So, so I had Mason put together some stuff. He does a good job. So,
oh yeah, Mason does excellent stuff, and
if people don't like it, I don't care. It's exactly what I told him I wanted. I wanted something a little bit different. So, and what's interesting too is when you have a channel with a stupid name like mine, like P-Dubs Arcade Loft, it's hard to create logos and branding around that, right? If you think about it. Whereas if my channel name was something like Sega Lord X, right? Like think about it. You can do stuff with like Sega machines and stuff like that. Like it's kind of harder to figure out what to do. So there you go.
The channel's about you. It's like Michael B. the Game Genie. You know what I usually do in my logo? Just put my face there. Hey, my next logo is just going to be my face.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Anyways, it's 2 hours and 7 minutes in. I got to get up like 7 a.m. in the morning to go get my boob looked at the doctor. I'm getting an ultrasound, so I should probably go to bed.
Why?
I told you about this. I found a lump. Like, remember, I had a lump that was hurting, and I went to the doctor, and he said it's probably nothing, but go get an ultrasound just to be safe. And I said, "You got it, doc." So I got to go get my lump looked at.
Well, I hope it's nothing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's nothing. I'm not too concerned about it. I think it was something that irritated where I was on. Let's just put it this way: I started taking patches to help me quit smoking. And I didn't get the good patches. I bought the cheap patches, and I think they.
Wait, did you put your patches on your boob?
Yes,
Is that what you're telling me, Mike? You got a wad of nicotine stuck in your tit?
You ever see Krusty the Clown when he was like trying to use the patch on The Simpsons and it's everywhere?
Man.
Anyways,
how about some positive thoughts and prayers for Mike B that this turns out to be nothing? Could just be a cyst. Could be
I've always had them. Even like when I was
nothing.
younger, I've had like stuff, but this just got a little bit upset the last little while. So better to be safe than sorry. So we're going in tomorrow. We'll get this done, and hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah. Well, make sure you let us know that you're fine. So
yeah, I'll be fine. If there's anything wrong with me, you won't know, and I'll just die. So yeah.
All right, Mike. Well, thanks for letting me jump on and mess with you for a bit. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. This is a little bit of fun. Yeah. He needs a new brah. Probably. Anyways, everybody have a wonderful night. Maybe he just needs a good long belch. Never gonna live this down. I'm never gonna live this down. Michael burp the
Go
game.
back and watch the replay. It was disgusting.
I'm sure it was.
It
I
sounded
couldn't
so
control it.
bad.
It just came up.
It was so nasty, and it sounded chunky. Like it literally.
Oh
It's-
yeah, there was some texture
Yeah.
there. It was viscous.
But Mike, I have to know, and it's okay. We're in a safe place.
Yeah.
No one's gonna share this anywhere, guys. Right in the live chat, Mike. Can you tell the truth? When that happened, did you poop a little?
Why would
just
I
a little.
poop?
It just felt like it was coming out both ends there, Mike. You pooped a little, didn't you? He did. He did poop a little. All right, Mike, you go wash up. I'll talk to you later.
Good night, everybody. Jeez Louise. Man, I'm glad he's gone. One time during Super Game Room Dudes, P-Dubs actually did shit himself.